Here we go, here we go, here we go. What's going on? My name's Lockie, this is Coastwood Football, and welcome to the live watch-along of the A-League semi-final, second leg between Melbourne Victory, West United. So keen for this one, man. It's the first time in a long time we've had two legs in the semi-finals. It's a different vibe, it's a different feel, and we've got a massive game tonight, a Victorian derby. It currently stands 1-0. 1-0 it is to Melbourne Victory after the first leg on Tuesday night. West United, can they fight back? Can they come back and get the job done? It's a big ask because Melbourne Victory are a quality side. And so glad you guys are joining me here live for this watch-along, which is going to get... Kickoff is not too long away, and you can see the lineups are on the screen. So let's dive into the team news. But if you are here tuning in, give me a shout in the chat. Let me know that you're here. I see Conscript. I see Jacko. Luke is in here. Stephen as well. So good to see you guys tuning in nice and early. And let's jump into the team news for Melbourne Victory. For both teams, it's an unchanged 11. But there is some team news, especially when it comes to the away side, on the bench. But Victory, look how strong that lineup is for Melbourne Victory, man. When you look at the likes of the likes of Roderick Mirandas, Matt Sporanovic to the back line, Jason Davidson was superb in the first leg. Even Kalava only had to make a few saves in that first leg as well. But that midfield, man, of course, Jake Brimmer with the wonder strike in that first leg to give Victory the advantage in this semi-final tie. Brillante Marchand, just consistent as ever. Rojas and Falami, they were relatively quiet in the first leg semi-final. It wasn't necessarily a match that had too much attacking flair about it, if you know what I mean, right? But Nick D'Agostino as well, he came close at a couple times throughout that first leg. So will he get on the score sheet? Potentially. But give me a shout in the chat if you are tuning in. We are, what's the time now? It's not long at all. 9 minutes. 9 minutes till kickoff. Kickoff is at 5:15 local time, Australian Eastern Standard Time. And if you're tuning in from, let me know where it is on the bench, which is a massive plus. Conscript in the chat says Archie Thompson wants to play again. He's been asking for the ball pre-game where Victory were warming up. We love Archie. Costa's here, says I was in the Twitch stream yesterday. Costa, so good to see you tuning in across the platforms, man. I appreciate it. And we are not long until we get kickoff in this one. So, okay, man. All right, before we kick off, predictions. Throw your predictions at me. I'm still back in I got my first leg prediction right. And my prediction actually across the two legs was just 2 1-0 victories for Melbourne Victory. And I'm sticking with that. They got the 1-0 win in the first leg. I think they do it 1-0 again here tonight. Although, Western showed some decent signs in that first leg. But that Victory defense is just so strong. They just don't look like Kraken, you know? Luke says Rojas will shine today, I reckon. This is the kind of game, big game for those star players. Like Marco Rojas, like Ben Falami to step up, you know? When does it start? Kickoff is in, I can tell you exactly, 7 minutes. 7 minutes it should be, approximately. So we are not long till kickoff, and you can see on the scoreboard a little bit. I've had to customize the scoreboard. You can see here on the live stream at the bottom there. Obviously, we have the current game score, that big one, and then we've got the aggregate score down below. We haven't had to do a semi-final watch-along before, a two-leg watch-along before, so we've got the aggregate score down below, of course, showing their Victory are indeed up 1-0. 1-0. What are your thoughts on the Adelaide City game? It was a spicy game. It was quite a tense game, too. I feel like neither team really hit their full throttle. You know what I mean? Would you guys agree? I feel like neither Adelaide or City really managed to get going. It never really opened up. It was quite cagey. City were probably just the better side. They had some great opportunities, especially in the second half. Naboot hitting the post. McLaren with a couple decent opportunities. But I think the scoreline, honestly, I think based off that first leg, it's probably, I know Adelaide were probably hoping to take the advantage out of that first leg at home, but they'll be happy that they held City scoreless. And tomorrow, we're doing a live watch-along for tomorrow's semi-final as well. And honestly, anything could happen. Last time the two teams played at Navy Park, Adelaide got the win. earlier this season. Adelaide beat City away from home. So it could happen. Could happen. Costa says, hope Adelaide win tomorrow. Come on, you Reds. Conscript says, why couldn't the Reds play like that against Central Coast Mariners? Adelaide weren't poor. Adelaide weren't poor by any means. But, I mean, yeah, City are just a class side and are just always going to create opportunities. You know what I mean? City always create opportunities. Even if they're playing poorly. They just have the right players just to switch it on in times of need. You know what I mean? To switch it on in times of need. Oh, mate. Not long to go. We've been watching have you guys been watching the pre-game build-up? It's actually been good. I've been enjoying the pre-game build-up for these games, man. I actually have. They've done a decent job. Amy Park, the venue for tonight's matchup. The team's readying themselves in the tunnel. I think it's going to be much of the same. I think it's going to be continuation of that first leg, really tight. Keep an eye out for Western United on the counter-attack in this game. Stephen Lustica, when will he be introduced into the match? You get the sense if he's not starting, maybe he's not 100% fit yet. The team's coming out onto the field right now as we speak, though. Right now. And very interested to see, actually, what the crowd is like in this game. We saw a bit of a Victory Actors Support. Look at this, man. Look at this from the Victory Actors Support. Wow. Hopefully we get a good wide shot of that. Hopefully we get a good wide shot of that Victory Actors Support because they've got the banners out. Oh, that's awesome, man. Green and black fans, West United fans, out in numbers, out in force. Credit to West United, man. I mean, they've shown, like, their active support has been decent this season. Matt says, have you seen all the crazy transfer rumors, including Nani to Victory, Arzani to MacArthur? Yeah, man. I mean, it's going wild, isn't it? It's going wild. And look, some of them probably have some truth to them. Some of them probably not. So I'm very much staying cautious with a lot of the rumors that are flying around. I'm sort of waiting until they're really officially confirmed, you know? Like, I waited until Dwight York was, really officially confirmed until I made sort of a little video on that. Steven's in here. How you going, Steven? Good to see you here in the chat for this semi-final. Oh, mate. Let's do an Instagram story here. An Instagram story for the watch-along. Better get the link first. But if you haven't done so already, throw your score predictions in the chat. Throw your score predictions in the chat, man. Want to hear what you guys think for this game. Will West United come back? We had Luke, I'm just reading your prediction from earlier. 4-1 to Victory. 3-1 tonight. I could see that happening. Yeah. I could see that happening. Maybe Western getting one back and then... Or maybe Victory getting the first tonight and then Western will really have to be desperate and try and get forward and then Victory to hit him on the counter. I could see that happening, or 4-1. I could see that happening. All right, let's do a little Instagram story. Here we go. Live watch along underway right now on YouTube. Here's the link if you want to come watch. There we go. There we go. Teams are out into the field, warming up. We are seconds away from kickoff. Stoked that you guys are here for this watch along, man. Let me know if there's any new viewers in here. I see a lot of familiar faces, familiar names, at least. Familiar profile pictures. John says, Mel victory 1, Western 1 on the night. And victory to go through. Hope it goes to penalties, says person 1201. Potentially. If Western could get a goal and just hold them out. Potentially, man. Conscript says, I reckon Western get up 1-0, but victory win on the pens. Rojas Masterclass. Could it be incoming? A Rojas Masterclass. One final ad break before kickoff. Not long to go. All right, just putting up the Instagram story for the live watch along. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. What are you saying here? Costa says, either final would be great if West United lose. Hope it's an original rivalry. Oh, mate, dude, I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. Whether it's a Melbourne Derby original rivalry, it's going to be good. Matt says, come on, Western. I hope this isn't Lacroix's last game for the club, hearing he may be joining City next season in exchange for Pacciarelli, who wasn't happy with his game time last season. Pacciarelli has barely gotten any minutes, has he? Hasn't he? So, I don't blame the man. I don't blame him. Look at, dude, the Isuzu Ute truck. Dude, it's swerving all over the place. What is it doing? The Isuzu Ute. It's out into the field. We love it. We love it. It's so great. Oh, mate. How good. All right. About to get underway. There is, of course, for those unaware, a slight delay on the YouTube live stream, so we might be just behind here on the clock, but you will see the clock on the scoreboard underway as we do have kickoff in this game. Who's going to get on the front foot early? It is Western United. It is Western United who need to chase this game. If it stays like this, they will have to push, especially when it comes into that second half. On aggregate, victory lead 1-0. A really tight affair in that first leg. Who's going to get up early here? Hope Rojas doesn't leave, says Odegaard. He's been so good this season, hasn't he? So good. Odegaard says Western have to win by 2 if victory don't score, which is unlikely. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing that I keep thinking about. Like, Western need to be scoring goals. Not just scoring goals, but keeping victory goalless. Here's the thing, right? I think if victory score first, it's done. I think if victory score first, a 2-0 margin might be too much. And here's D'Agostino trying to get forward early. Loses the ball. Good little pocket of Western active supporters behind that goal on the right-hand side of the broadcast. We'll keep you guys updated on these lineups and formations throughout the game. 2 fairly similar formations, the 4-2-3-1 sort of setup. The lone strikers, Prijovic, D'Agostino. Who's going to be one to have the most influence on the game? Grab the goals. Prijovic was relatively quiet in the first leg, wasn't he? Luke says, going to be great having Rojas back in the New Zealand squad for the playoffs and potentially World Cup. That's right. And actually, we were talking about that, and we did the watch-along for the first leg, and I think we're talking about that, the New Zealand team and Rojas and all that, and I really hope, honestly, like, even being an Aussie fan, it would be great to see our Our mates over in New Zealand getting to the World Cup. Plenty of A-League players involved. Plenty of personnel at Wellington Phoenix could be involved in the World Cup, which is very exciting. Ollie Sale, how great would it be to see the likes of Ollie Sale saving shots from some world-class players. Wenzel Halls has nipped in here and has played an early cross. That was a poor decision because that's going to be an easy claim for Kalava. But Wenzel Halls just picking up the scraps there on the byline. Costa says, can't believe Aaron Kunda made the All-Stars roster. Dude, I can't either. And in case you guys missed it, I did a reaction video yesterday to the All-Stars squad reveal. And, yeah, I mean, similar thing with Garen Kowal. I mean, dude, I'm stoked that they're in, and it's going to be so much fun. At the end of the day, it's just a fun game. But still, it's like, wow, you know? What do you think of Hurstic? I think he's fantastic. I think he's great. Oh, here's Prijovic. Prijovic with an early strike. That's nowhere near the target. Ball over the top to him and left foot. I'm pretty sure he's right-footed, isn't he, Alexander Prijovic? That was certainly off target. But let's look at this replay. So Lacroix, he probably was just offside Prijovic, just looking at the replay. It was a decent ball over the top. And just goes to show, I mean, maybe that's going to be the avenue. They didn't really utilize that in the first leg, the long ball. They don't really do that all that much, Western. When are you going to stream on TikTok? TikTok for me, stream on TikTok for me is like a casual thing, you know? Sort of just, you know, random hanging out sort of thing. Whereas here on YouTube, we're doing dedicated streams, you know, for the watch-alongs and all that. So, no time frame on the TikToks. D'Agostino should have been in the roster for the All-Stars. Heard a lot of people bring up his name. It's hard to fit everyone, you know, because they had to get McLaren in there. I mean, Cummings, a lot of people wanted Cummings in there. Mikkel Tatsi was in there. Leckie, you know, there's only so many forwards. I mean, Fornaroli missed out. I think that was rough for Fornaroli to miss out. And that's right, Luke. Devia, well, I mean, Luke says it right here. Devia and Bruno not being in the All-Stars is outrageous. Johnny Warren medal last season, and the other is an icon. Exactly. And honestly, and I don't know whether it's been confirmed anywhere, but I reckon there's a good chance that maybe they both got picked but turned it down. I reckon they got picked and turned it down. Because honestly, that's like the only explanation for both of them. It's the only explanation. Especially Devia. I mean, he was literally the best player in the competition a year ago. he must have turned it down. Because, I mean, like, Callum Timmins got picked. And again, nothing against Callum Timmins. But was he, you know, was it an all-star deserving performance this season from him? Like, I don't know. Wenzel Halls is committed to foul here, trying to get him behind. He's going to... Has a little bit of pace, doesn't he, Wenzel Halls? Stoked that Kual got the call up for the squad. It'll be fun. I hope they get decent minutes, both Kual and Aaron Kunda, the youngsters. Tech says Grant and Redmayne being called up for the All-Stars proves Sydney bias. I mean, like, I understand the outrage and confusion around those picks. But at the same time, I understand why they got picked, because they are Socceroos. You know, both have won A-League championships. They are, like, on the bigger end of the list. Sorry, you would call them big players in A-League terms, right? But they absolutely haven't had top seasons this year. I mean, Sydney finished 8th. Here comes Victory pushing forward. Jakey Brimmer poking it through. Falami can't control that. Is the All-Stars game unlimited subs? Great question, Costa. I'm going to say probably yes. Yeah, it's a friendly, so I imagine so. I mean, yeah, I'd think almost certainly, actually, just because they've picked so many players, they want to get them all on, you know? They'll probably change teams at halftime, you know? So, neither team really controlling things as of yet. But the thing that I'm really interested to see, especially in the early stages of the first half, is like how adventurous are Western really going to be? They were relatively cautious. They were pretty cautious in the first leg. But how much are they going to go for it? Are we going to see the fullbacks? The fullbacks didn't really get forward too much for Western in the first leg. Luke says, do you think part of the selection for the All-Stars is their names rather than current form? 100%. 100%. Yeah. And look, I understand that. Like, fair enough. Like, it's not necessarily like the best players this season. It's not like a team of the season. It's A-League All-Stars, so it's, slightly different, I guess. Jez is in here. How you going, Jezza? Western have started strong for me, says Costa. They look up for it. Strong victory home crowd here, so you'd expect victory to try and control much of this game. Which they probably did so in the first leg. That's a giveaway from Gary, though. Do the players that make the grand final not get to compete in the A-League All-Stars? Correct. So if Melbourne victory, well, which either of these teams qualify, their players won't get involved. Their players won't be involved. So at this stage, it's going to be Melbourne victory who qualify. And that means we won't see the likes of Roderick Moran has been picked. Who else from this victory squad has been picked? Was Brolante picked? Dude, who else from the victory squad was picked? Seriously. Miranda's the only one I can remember. Oh, no, Davidson was picked. Of course, the All-Stars game happening this coming Wednesday. D'Agostino, nice control by Falami. Good touch. Davidson was the other one. I was trying to remember if there's anyone else. Davidson, Miranda. Is there anyone else? Hey man, would you take any of the 12 departing Sydney players at Central Coast Mariners? Good question. Some of them were already hearing of lining up moves. Would I take any of them? I got to remember all of them that have left. I think Callum Neuenhoff has good potential. I think Callum Talbot is moving to City, but Talbot's decent. But who would I take at... Talbot would have been a decent enough replacement for Miller, but I think we're getting... Mariners are getting Thomas Aquilina from Wanderers. But who else left from Sydney? Drop in the chat. If someone doesn't mind, drop in the chat a list of the players. If someone could just get it off from online. Give me a list of the players, the 12, because I can't remember all 12 off the top of my head. Who else left? Mustafa Amini. I wouldn't mind Mustafa Amini back at the club, man. Another midfielder would be nice. Apparently we signed Michael Roos. Yeah, we heard the news a few nights ago. I think it was on Wednesday night, wasn't it? Which I'm stoked about. I put out a tweet out about it that night, and Mariners fans will know him well. Michael Roos scored the second goal in that elimination final between MacArthur and Mariners last season. And a good young striker. I think he's 19. Good size about him, and he's fast too. He looks strong, and he looks fast, and he's got potential to grow. Amini. Luke says, I think Hammond from West Sydney Wanderers will probably stay in the league. Yeah. I wonder where he'd go, though, Brisbane. I think Brisbane need a good striker for next season. I wonder whether he'd go to Sydney. Maybe. Here's Wales. Victory on the break. Here comes Jakey Brimmer straight through the middle. What? Oh, nice pass. D'Agostino. Probably didn't get the right contact on that. But victory. That was a bit too easy. Just able to stroll through. From Brazil, let's go Melbourne. Thanks for tuning in. All the way from Brazil. Thoughts on the under-23 roster? Love it. Love to see all the Mariners players named there. The likes of Miller, Nisbet, Farrell, Ali Kowal, Amini and Bahagia. Yeah. Both. That's right. Both former Mariners players. Kilkenny drives. It's a matter of who's going to be the player to sort of step up creatively in attack for Western. And it could be this man, Lockie Wales. That's a nice little run. Might fall the pain. Rojas is back there to defend. What is the score? The live score is the big text. So when you see the larger text, that is the tonight score, and then below that is the aggregate score. So currently 0-0. Ball inside for victory. Leo the Choir heads it away. And we're going to get our first corner of the game. Already 13 minutes into this contest. Jake Brimmer looking dangerous early in this game. Owns his side of corner. I'll reiterate it again in case they do score here, but I think if victory score, and the stats up on the broadcast, 10 goals from corners, Melbourne victory this season, 10 goals. It's a decent number. If victory score first, I think it's done, man. Davidson's corner is a decent one. Away by Imai. Brimmer can deliver here, and he does. And Miranda, it was going to be difficult to get that on target. Roderick Miranda was an awkward angle, but Jake Brimmer, man, his ability to whip in a decent ball. Fantastic. Hasn't he come a long way this season, Jake Brimmer? Part of a victory side that picked up the wooden spoon 12 months ago, and now orchestrating things for his side, potentially leading them into a grand final. That's sloppy from Western. Ball goes out of play off them. Quarter of an hour into this game. And no real clear-cut chances as of yet, hey. Both teams almost sort of getting in behind in decent positions. Are you going to the All-Stars game, Lockie? I am not. The ticket prices weren't pretty. Win probability on the broadcast, 57% to victory, 43% to Western. It's actually more balanced than I expected. I thought it would have been more favouring victory. The win probability is sometimes way off, though, I find. I'm surprised they didn't come up with a draw there, because the standalone game could end a draw, you know. Here's Jake Brimmer. Then Falami in a good spot. Falami, can he find a break? Western defence still with it. And there's Wenzel Halls. Well done, Ramashan. Oh, and Wenzel Hall is just eager to get that ball back for the throw-in. He's always had that, Wenzel Halls, that little bit of fight about him, the spirit, the competitive spirit. We saw it at Brisbane. And I think he'll feel frustrated that he didn't get as much game time as he maybe would have thought he would have got at West United this season. I mean, to be fair, he's playing behind Alexander Prijovic, who's an international signing all the way from Europe. I tell you right now, though, if Wenzel Halls wanted game time, he should have stayed in Queensland. Anyway, here come victory. Moving forward a bit too easily again. Falami can create from here. That's a misdirected pass. Western can come away with it. 0% chance of a draw. How do they calculate that? I guess they're just taking into consideration that one of these. I guess it's not win probability. It's like who will go through. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be referred to as win probability. $250 for a ticket is kind of outrageous if you ask me, says Conscript. I mean, I rest my case. That's a smart pass. Prijevic, he's shanked that. It goes straight back to Imai. If Western score in this first half, it's going to get really interesting. Here was Garuccio down the left. Inside for Payne. 3 plays in the box for Western. Payne delivers. It's a decent one. Oh, it's in! Western score! And it's Prijevic. Well, that changes everything. That changes everything. And we said which one of the 2 strikers would step up. And it's Prijevic for Western United. The green and black have the lead. And that is a monumental goal. It's the biggest goal Prijevic has scored for his side this season. It's 1-0 on the night to Western. And it's 1-1 on aggregate. What a ball in. The weaker right of foot of Connor Payne. And Alexander Prijevic, I mean, he's just going to eat up those chances every day of the week. Let's go, says Fortnite. Wow, says Lukey. Game on indeed, Jezza. That's right. Wow, man. Dude. I said it like seconds before. I was like, if Western score here, it's going to be interesting. And they've done it, dude. They've done it. I questioned whether, how hard are they going to come out from the blocks here? How fast are they going to start? And my goodness, that is the perfect start. Still very early in this second leg tie. Alexander Prijevic, it's his 11th goal of the campaign. His first season down under. And we are all square. Remember, away goals do not count. Away goals do not count. So it is finely balanced right now. So we're not going to see the victory a 2-0 lead aggregate for victory. We're not going to see that. Instead, Western have made this quite interesting now. Very interesting indeed. Mate, what a massive goal. Wales has won the ball high at the park and delivers. But Calava will claim this one. And now it's going to be interesting to see how Victory respond. I mean, held Western scoreless in the first leg. D'Agostino will control this. Rojas. Nice. Brimmer, who can strike, and he does! Brimmer shoots wide. What a start. What a start for Western United. Don't forget, they've got the midfield general in Steven Lustig, who could come off the bench. Prijevic is trying to get in behind here. Prijevic still going and hits this one. That was probably a poor decision. It's gone out for a goal kick, but the Western bench, they've just shown a shot of the Western bench. John Aloisi and his assistant Hayden Fox are happy. They are applauding their team. We know if there's a goal before your reaction to the stream, because the stream's that is right. That is the unfortunate thing about the live stream sometimes. How about that? The stats on the broadcast: headed goals this season. That's his 4th of the season for Prijevic, and that's the best in the competition. How about that? Alexander Prijevic leading the way. It's only 4. Yeah, man. Iggy's in here. I'm doing well, Iggy. Thanks for asking, man. New streaming area. We are in a different location tonight than what you guys might usually be used to if you're a regular viewer. And if you guys are a regular viewer, or if you're just tuning in, if you are enjoying, make sure you hit the like button on the stream if you haven't done so already. It's a good way to show the support. We're trying to do some good stuff here for the ALE. Get the fans engaged. This has been the first season of doing live watch-alongs, and we are coming to the end of the season. This is the third last game. We've got another semi tomorrow, and then the big one, the grand final next Saturday. Finals football. We love it. Matt says, Lockie, what do you think of the confirmed acquisitions of Roos and Aquilina for the Mariners next season? Funnily enough, we just talked about it a couple moments ago. But overall, stoked. I mean, two good young players who I think will flourish at the Mariners. Aquilina, a promising right back with good pace, or can play right or left back. So he'll replace Lewis Miller, who we expect to be departing. Are we going to get a yellow card here, the first yellow card of the game? I don't think so. And Michael Roos is a good young, fast, strong striker who just hasn't got enough game time at MacArthur. So excited to see what he can do at the Mariners. And alongside next season, Jason Cummings, Mateus Maresh, those guys. Michael Roos will make that striking department even stronger at the coast. So I'm excited. Iggy says for your next FIFA 22 career mode, you should do an NPL club, NPL creator club. A lot of people, I keep seeing that one a lot, and it would be fun. It could be fun. What was the big shout about the big A-League transfer coming up? If you're unaware, check Twitter. There is a certain A-League related podcast who joined a network. That's basically what happened. So in other words, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. Anyway, Risdon delivering Sporanovic away. Dude, this is bright from Western, man. Kilkenny will get this. Payne, will he deliver again? He put in a fantastic ball just moments ago. That one is blocked. Yeah, man. Matt says strong showing from Western. They've been decent. They've been very, very good. Costa says victory haven't won a game when they concede. Assuming they concede first. Is that true? Is that right? That's actually surprising if that is true. I would have thought, they've had some really good form this season. So I thought, wow, that is interesting. But of course, this being a semi-final tie, it's a different beast. And Nick D'Agostino's down after picking up a knock. He's holding his head. And surely players to be stopped here. Nick D'Agostino's down holding his head. And Leo Lacroix's checking. It would be interesting to see what exactly happened here. But Nick D'Agostino doesn't look well. Okay, there was a... Lacroix went up for the aerial challenge. And it just looked like a scrape across the side of the face. It looked accidental. But D'Agostino is making it look like it was a lot worse than it was because he's still down on the ground, D'Agostino. What do you guys make of that? It didn't look that bad. Did I miss something? I didn't see an elbow or anything. But Nick D'Agostino's, he's conscious. He's sitting up now. He didn't get knocked out or anything, but anyway. Jezza says, going down, they've drawn 2. Going down first victory, they've drawn 2 and lost 3. There we go. Thanks, guys, for coming in with the stats. Appreciate it. Conscript says, I really hope this goes to pens. Dude, the drama. The drama if it does. That'll be interesting for the live stream with the delay. I'll have to briefly hide the chat, I think, during the penalties if we do go that far. But of course, the weight stands now. We are going to penalties. Of course, we still have plenty of football to play in extra time. But if no one scores from here on out, we will be going to a penalty shootout. First one of the season, of course. Bar the cup. Bar the FFA Cup. Also, what do you guys make of the name change for the cup to Australia Cup? Initially, I wasn't the biggest fan, but on second thoughts, I don't mind it. Australia Cup. It's simple, but it's effective. They won against Brisbane, even though Lascano scored first. It was 3-2. I'm trying to remember that one. Is that right? 3-2. I don't remember that one, Iggy. Because I remember early on the season, Victory won 3-0 at home to Brisbane. 3-0. And then they played Anzac Day in Brisbane, and that was 1-1. And then the other tie was I remember in Victoria towards the end of the season was that 0-0? I think it was 0-0. It's a great name change. It's okay, but I prefer the FFA Cup, says Jezza. I just like how, like, I was speaking to a friend of mine who doesn't really follow football that much. And I just happened to mention it to him. I was like, "Oh, what do you think of the name Australia Cup?" And he loved it because he said it like for non-football fans, it sounds prestigious. Like it sounds like a big competition, the Australia Cup. All right, here we go. Free kick time. Bit of like a mid-range free kick. Kilkenny. Don't think we'll shoot from here. That is a shot though, and Kalav has to save that. But I never get when they shoot that far out. I mean, unless you're like Eddie Bosnar. Shout out to Eddie Bosnar. Let me know in the chat if anyone knows Eddie Bosnar from the Mariners days a number of years ago. If you're not going to smash a free kick from long range, if you're just going to like whip it like that, might not, shouldn't bother having a shot. Two against Western, not Victory. That's all good, Iggy. Ooh, good clearance by Young. Finds Payne. Previc. Well done, Previc, dude. Previc has made a good start to this game too. And here's Lockie Wales with some space to drive forward. Weston could break again here. Wenzel Halls. He has players in support. Wenzel Halls chipping it in. Terrible decision-making. Terrible decision-making from Dylan Wenzel Halls there. He had 3 players in support. Wales and Payne were coming central. Could have played a short pass into either of those guys. Played it flat ball across to face a goal. Previc had dropped back. And he just chipped it over. I mean, he's got to look up. He's going to do better there, Wenzel Halls. That was a good opportunity. They had a good breakaway there. Iggy says definitely prefer FFA Cup, but Australia Cup is all right. So, can Victory sort of get themselves back into this tie? It looks like Falami's offside there. Play goes on. Ben Falami inside. D'Agostino hits it. Davidson! Good block there by Imai. Western defense holds strong. Dude, we're already hard. Dude, this game has gone so quick. It doesn't feel like half an hour. Is it just me? Or does this game feel like it's gone so quickly? It doesn't feel like it's been half an hour. It feels like it's been barely 20 minutes. Anyway. Bosnar was a boss. Bosnar was not just a boss, but a beast. He was amazing. I wouldn't go as far as to say he was amazing. He was a very solid defender, but knew how to take a long range free kick. That's for sure. John says Australia Cup is okay. That's it. Okay, so that seems to be the consensus amongst the chat that people don't really mind the name Australia Cup. Victory of won a free kick here. Out wide. Score prediction. Well, my score prediction heading into this game alone was a 1-0 victory win, but that's already gone out the window. Anyway, here's Davidson's delivery. Previc, it's coming up. Miranda still on for Victory. It somehow misses all of the Victory shirts and it's hacked clear. That was dangerous for a second there. From here on out, I have no prediction, man. Western have scored first, which I love. It's going to make this even more interesting for a neutral, which and I'm sure many of you are. Yeah, man. Ooh, nice ball over the top. Rojas is in behind here. Defenders have gotten back. Rojas goes back to Brillante, who delivers first time. Away by Risdon and Wales. Not fully cleared. Davidson back across. Brillante. D'Agostino can't control it. Still on here for victory. Brillante slips. Will victory get themselves on the score sheet in the second leg? Still the attack. It's a little bit messy. It's a little bit improvised. No, dude. So many blocks from Western players, man. So many blocks. Do you reckon Adelaide can do it against City? Yes. Short answer, yes. I think they can. Adelaide just have that special spark, you know? They've got something special. Having said that, I think City are favourites. Rightly so. Rightly so. Will we see another goal before halftime? Is the question. I think it's unlikely. But this has been a very even second leg, hasn't it? Hasn't been dominated by either side, really. Ball over the top for Western. Risdon around the corner for Wales, who can deliver. Wales. It's away by Brillante. Poor from Skatardis. He's giving it straight back to him, and that's a foul. Rojas. Nice. Oh, great run, Rojas. Victory pushing forward here. What can they create? Decent ball from Davidson. It's going to fall for Gary, who could hit. He plays it short for Brillante, and he has scuffed that. Terrible. Terrible. What's your second favorite team? Costa. I get that question so much. That's one of the, honestly, these live watch-alongs, that's one of the most asked questions I ever get. And the answer is such a boring one. I'm so sorry, but I just don't have one. I'm very much like a one. I'm a believer in the one team and just committing to the one team. And I'm a Central Coast Mariners fan for life and always will be. So, look, there's teams that I enjoy watching and that are fun to play, fun to watch play. But I don't really have a second team I support. Which, I mean, respect if you do, like whatever. I don't mind. Oh, it's going to be a free kick. Edge of the box stuff. Kilkenny just speaking to Lee Laquire's teammate there, and he didn't look too happy. Matt, I did hear that Steve Corica has been re-signed for 2 more seasons, which is an interesting one. He's trying to sound. He's sounding very optimistic. Well, relatively optimistic. He knows there's a lot of work, Corica, but he was saying a lot of positive things. I think, you know, we're going to rebuild the squad, blah blah blah. You know, they'll let a whole bunch of players go. They're going to make plenty of new signings. I think it's the wrong decision. Again, I said that in my Sydney FC season review. But the decision's been made, man. So Jake Brimmer. Jason Davidson stand over this free kick. It's going to be Brimmer. Oh, what a goal! Jake Brimmer does it again. And the tie is back in the way, is back in favour of Melbourne victory. It's another Brimmer special. He has come up clutch in this final series and has put Melbourne victory back in pole position for a spot in the grand final. Wow, what a goal. Jake Brimmer, look at this. Oh, that is an incredible free kick. That's incredible, man. Just the ability to get that above the wall, like to dip just above the wall. And there were some tall players on that wall. Lee Laquire was there. and it to dip down, and Jamie Young was frozen. Wow. Wow, dude. So Victory equalised in the tie, and they are back in front. Wow, man, this has been a good first half so far, man. Both teams on the score sheet this first half, and we can almost guarantee that we're going to see more in the second. Wow. Jake Brimmer has been in such good form of late to round out the season, and is continuing it into finals. Fantastic volleyed goal in the first leg and a superb free kick. Jake Brimmer. Is he going to be the player of the final series, man? Is he the one that's going to step up big? He has been so far with 2 massive goals. And Victory with a bit more energy about them now could get forward here. Brimmer, so good indeed. That's right. Matt says Bahaji could be a rotational winger at Mariners. Look, I wouldn't mind it. I'm not. I don't think it's potentially, Fortnite says I would take Bahaji at Adelaide. Yeah, I think he's more likely to go somewhere else. Niggy says, where do you reckon Bahaji will end up? I reckon Anthony Molinaric will sign a contract with Brisbane. I think that's likely. Yeah, man, Bahaji. It's hard to tell. Oh, ball over the top. Prijevic almost in behind there. If you got a touch, that would have gone in for sure. Wow. But yeah, man. So close indeed, Costa. So not long to go in this first half now. It's been a really good grouping first half. Both teams have gotten on the score sheet. But it's still Western that have to chase this game. Look at that Victory active support, man. Throwing some shots of that active support Victory. Looking epic. Here's Davidson. Victory on the front foot. Delivery is not bad. Away by Garuccio. Well defended. Seems like a Perth signing, Trent Bahagia. Yeah, I could see that happening. I mean, Perth, I think, what was the... I did hear a rumour that Perth were after Patrick Wood from Sydney FC, so maybe they could go in for Bahagia as well. Could see it happening. There is 2 balls on the field right now. Play hasn't been stopped. Still 2 balls on the field. Surely something has to be done. Lee Lacroix finally deals with it. That was weird there. Okay. Victory finishing the brighter of the 2 sides in this first half. If they get another one here, Western really can't concede, man. They can't afford to concede again. Especially at this stage in the game. If Victory could get a late one in this first half, it'll be a mountain to climb for Western because they'll need to score at least 2 in that second half. Ooh, in behind here. Is that Roderick Miranda? Dude, Roderick Miranda in the left wing position of all places. Oh, it's just flown in. And is that... Now, are there appeals for a penalty here? Roderick Miranda stayed down. I mean, Josh Richardson had no idea he was there. That was a weird one. Stefan Kolakowski from City Link to Glory. Yeah, did hear about that one as well. That's right. Honestly, I feel like there's been like way more rumours this season than there usually is. There's like so much. It's hard to keep up. But I'm sure we're going to hear heaps with Perth. They're the team that really have to rebuild this season. So, there's a replay on that Miranda challenge. I think it'd be harsh to say it's a penalty. I mean, Miranda just has flown in. The Victory bench are currently blowing up at the 4th official, probably about the incident, though. But there hasn't been any halt in the game for a VAR check by the looks of things. So it looks like we have play on. What do you guys make of that Miranda incident? Was that a penalty? Yes, no, yes, no. Penalty, no penalty. It might not matter because Victory are streaming forward again. Davidson, bit too far for Rojas. Wow. Is Alex King going to hold? I think Alex King's just having a listen to the VAR. Is he? Camera's currently on Alex King, the referee. And we are... oh, nah. What do you guys see? Is that a penalty, guys? No, there's no way that can be a penalty, man. I mean, Risden's just gone to kick the ball. Dude, they're checking it. What do you guys think? John says should have been a review. Costa says VAR. They're doing it, man. They're checking it. Oh, this is a massive moment in the semi-final. Oh, dude, it's so harsh. I mean, I don't know. Is it? I mean, Risden has no idea. He's just gone to kick the ball. But I guess it is. Dude, he could easily award this. I mean, he has brought down Roderick Miranda, but it's going to be so harsh. I feel for Western, man. Person 1201 says, I think it's a pen. It's unlucky. That's my feelings too. I think it's a pen. I think he's going to award it. But Risden has no idea. Matt says no. And is it going to be a pen? No pen! No pen. Well, that is a massive moment. That is a massive moment. And Tony Popovich does not look happy, the Victory coach. But I think the right decision has been made. I mean, it's just a coming together at the end of the day. I mean, Roderick Miranda's just flying in and has just run into the leg of Risden, who's just kicking a ball. No pen, says Costa. I think that's the right decision. Look, honestly, if that was my team, I'd probably be saying pen 100%. So that's the thing. There's obviously clear contact. There's no doubt about that. And Victory have won a free kick out wide. So, 50-50, says John. And still the Victory bench complain to the fourth official. And at the end of this first half, there's some real heat between the two teams now. And that absolutely should have been a yellow card for Connor Payne. Did he get carded there? Did he get booked? I don't think he got booked. And I think that's what the Victory bench was complaining about just then, actually. So... Victory with a free kick out wide. We've got 3 minutes of added time for this first half. Brimmer's delivery is behind everyone. Wow, man. Moments of drama. We've had a few big moments. Shot stats on the broadcast. 9 for Victory. Only 4 for Western. 3 on target for Victory. 2 on target for Western. All eyes on the action as we round out this first half. 3 minutes of injury time before we have our break. Berlante's going to hit. Oh, what a save, Jamie Young. That was going in. Was that going in? I think that was going in, man. Oh, dude, the strike from Berlante. Oh, my gosh. That was... maybe it was just going wide, but Jamie Young, that was a spectacular save. Iggy says, good suggestion, Iggy. Maybe with the lineups on the side of the screen. You should have yellow card on all the players who have been booked. It's a decent idea. Corner and for Victory. Miranda's header goes over the bar. So... Fortnite says, not sure why Adelaide got rid of players like Noah Smith after 7-8 A-League games. Just to get... Oh, message removed. All good. Yes, indeed, we are doing a live watch-along for the City Adelaide game. Yes. Yes. Tomorrow afternoon. Very much looking forward to that one as well. Western have earned a free kick here in a decent position. Wenzel Halls was taken out by Miranda. And this will be the final play of the second half, you'd imagine. Sorry, first half. So, a decent opportunity here. They might as well commit as many numbers forward as they can here, Western. It's going to be Kilkenny to deliver. And he does. And it's a decent ball. Kalava comes out. That's a confident punch. Cherry Skatardis to recover. Oh, just gets it in. He slipped, though. Garuccio. Nice pass. Josh Risdon. Can he keep it in? It's going to be a corner. Do they have time? They do. Corner has been awarded. It's a victory under the pump late in the first half here. If Western get a goal, it is going to be vital. Massive. 6 goals from corners this season, Western. Not too many. But it's a delivery here to the near post. Headed away. Brimmer gets it away. They need to get it back in. Otherwise, it's going to be a halftime whistle. The flick from Lacroix. And there's Wenzel Halls who heads it in. Offside flags up. Offside flags up, but I want to see a replay. Because I thought he was on. Prijevic was off. I thought Wenzel Halls was on. I thought Wenzel Halls was on. Here's the replay. So Garuccio's ball back in. Dude, that's onside. But the flick's offside. I forgot about the Lacroix flick. And both him and Wenzel Halls and Prijevic were offside. So yeah. Correct decision. That's for sure. So it looks like we will be taking a 2-1 aggregate scoreline into the halftime break, which basically means we are as we were at the end of the first leg, but that is halftime in the second leg. Well, it got a little bit spicy towards the end of that first half. VAR check for Melbourne victory. Could have been awarded a penalty, but I think the right decision was made, no penalty. And a victory with a better of the chances overall. I had more shots, but I think it's been pretty even, hasn't it? I think it's been quite even. So, it's all going to go down in the second half. Very interested to see who takes control in the second. Hope you're doing well, man. Thanks, man. Hope you're doing well too. What a game so far, indeed. We've had all of the excitement. First goal to Alexander Prijevic for Western United, which made things really interesting. And then the goal, the equaliser from Jake Brimmer with a superb free kick. What a goal from that free kick. Tony asks, is there away goals? No, there is no away goals in these semi-final ties. So, which I think makes it, no reason for away goals, especially considering they're playing in the same stadium. Dominic says, if that's not a penalty, then what is? It's a lot. Myself and quite a few people in the chat, and we'd love to get your thoughts actually now. We can discuss that penalty in depth now at the halftime break. But for me, I think it would have been harsh to award that a penalty. At the end of the day, I think it's a coming together. If two players make contact, it's not always a penalty. It's not always a penalty for me. And Josh Risdon has no idea there's a victory player steaming in. Roderick Miranda was just flying in. He's just gone to kick a ball, and Roderick Miranda just gotten in the way. And I think that would have been harsh to award a penalty, Should have been a pen, says Optical. So let's get our thoughts in the chat. Pen or no pen? Pen or no pen? I want to... We'll tally it up. Let me know in the chat. No way, says Dominic. Right decision for sure, says Matt. He got there first. They are always rewarded. I think this is... I mean, if you look at the replay again, I think the fact that Risdon is just going in to kick a ball, he's going into a kick ball. He has no idea that there's a player there, and he's just his legs swinging as if it's going to hit the ball. And yes, Roderick Miranda has gotten in ahead of the ball, but that's Miranda's doing more than anything, rather than foul play by Josh Risdon, right? Zachy's in the chat, says, I'm at the game. Zachy, how's the vibe down there? How's the vibe at the game? How's the atmosphere? It looks like some good noise being created by both sets of fans. Person 1201. Actually, person 1201, that's a good point. It says, I feel like if the ref on the field awarded the penalty, it would not have been overturned. I agree. Because you have to remember, it's about whether it's a clear and obvious error, which is the key terminology that we bring up a lot. And if it had been awarded, I would have been okay. That's the thing. Like, for me, it's not one of those penalties where it's like, yep. Like, when they went to VAR, I was like, oh, they'll probably give this. Like, I can see why they'd give it. Atmosphere is amazing. So good. It's been good for these watch-alongs. We do occasionally get some people tuning in from live in the stadium, jumping in the chat. So it's so great to get our correspondent live at the ground. Sick game so far, dude. It's been so much fun. It's been a really tense game so far. John says a foul has to be malicious or clumsy. I don't think Risdon was either. Yeah, that's my thinking behind it too. I mean, like put yourself in Josh Risdon's shoes. I mean, you're just going to kick a ball, and that's literally all it is. If you look at the replay, he's swinging a leg to kick a ball, and if a play just gets in the way, and then goes down, I mean, you'd feel pretty hard done by if you're Josh Risdon, right? Risdon spotted himself up to kick the ball, but Miranda got there first. Is that a error of judgment from Risdon? Ball, but Miranda got there first. I don't think Risdon was expecting Miranda to fly in there so quickly. Lockie, who do you think will win this one? Victory. I think Victory hold on. Honestly, I think anything could happen in the second half. I think we could see this game go to extra time. Victory will win. Victory will just have the star players, man. But Western United are making it interesting, that's for sure. So, stay tuned for the second half, man. Stay tuned for the second half. That's all I'll say. Because anything can happen. Anything can happen. Just imagine a City Victory Grand Final. It could certainly happen, and it would be epic. It would be an epic Grand Final. Melbourne Derby. It would be an absolute sellout, of course. Absolute sellout. We're seeing some shots now. They're doing the halftime show, and interesting to see that they didn't at all. No fans at all filling up the top deck, either side of the ground. So you think the attendance for this one might be around the maybe 10K mark? I'd like to think it's over 10K. I'd like to think both second leg semis this weekend are at least over 10K. They should be. They really should be. Hey. Victory gonna pour it on it. How's that feel, says Dominic? Victory are so good that their players are so good that they have the potential just to like go rampant, run rampant. So it could just open right up, yeah. I mean, Jake Brim has been great again. He's proving to be the player of the final series so far. Would you prefer a City Victory Grand Final or an Adelaide Victory Grand Final? City Victory. City Victory. I think they've been the two best teams in the competition by a decent margin. I think just the quality that those two teams possess, City and Victory, are just next level, you know. And I'll tell you right now, I think honestly, regardless of who qualifies from the other semi, Victory are favourites. Victory are favourites, regardless of whether it's City or Adelaide. If Victory go through, they're favourites for me. Yeah, Victory just don't lose. Don't forget, Victory are on a 15-game unbeaten streak. I mean, who does that? 15 games without losing. They just don't lose. So it's going to take a very good team and putting in a very good performance to defeat Melbourne Victory. And in order for Western to force this game to go into extra time and potentially penalties, they're going to have to win this game. That's the reality of it. I mean, I'm just looking at the aggregate score, of course. 2-1. It's currently 1-1. Western need to win this individual game to keep their season alive. Alex says, would have thought the crowd would have been bigger. I'm interested to see what the attendance is. What's our attendance predictions for this one? I think it's just over 10K, man. Maybe 12K. Yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. Residence bang average, says Alex. He's had a bit of a wrestle tonight, he's a good player, Josh Risden. And don't forget, he's been injured for a while. 16 games unbeaten. I stand corrected. What do you think of Western not having a man laid down in the wall for that Brimmer goal? Lacroix could have jumped. Not having a man laid down. I don't think it's essential because, I mean, how often do we see free kick goals go under the wall? It doesn't happen that often. 12K, yeah. This could be 12K, correct? Melbourne Victory to win, says Charles. I think they were the better of the two sides for sure. Western United, though. Western United had a couple decent passages of play. And that was a good goal they scored, man. That Connor Payne delivery was very nice. Very nice. City haven't beaten a top 4 team, says Costa. Is that true? I think you're right, yeah. Did they not beat Western? No, they didn't. No, yeah, you're right, Costa. You're right. City haven't beaten a top 4 team. That is a good stat to bring up. So, yeah, they don't they haven't gone above any of these teams this season. Yeah. Wow. That's I think tomorrow's team is going to be really interesting. And just a reminder, we're doing a live watch along for tomorrow's second leg semi as well, Adelaide City. That's from 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Marcus says we're hearing out some penalties. Risden is supposed to have eyes in the back of his head. The experts are saying it's a penalty. Again, like for me, if they were to give a penalty, I would like completely understand it and be like, yeah. It's for me, it's one of those ones where it's not like, yep, no penalty. It's like, I think it's not a penalty. I think it would be so harsh to award a penalty there. But at the same time, if it was awarded a penalty, I wouldn't be that upset. I'd feel for Josh Risden. Because I think, I mean, yeah. Anyway, it's a big moment. It just goes to show, I mean, we're still talking about it. That penalty decision is a big moment. And, you know, depending on what happens in the second half, it could go on to cost, to play a big part, to play a big role in this game. That's for sure. Alex says, I hate having to want Adelaide to win, but can't support City tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see who gets up tomorrow. City are favourites, but Adelaide, you just never know. You never know. Have to go back to the last game where there should have been a pen. Yeah, and Costa, yeah, for me. I mean, I think... And that one was much more one-sided. Like, this penalty shout seems to be quite mixed. Like, I'm seeing in the chat from what it sounds like. It seems to be quite mixed, the opinion. In the first leg, the Davidson challenge on Wales, I said penalty at the time. Everyone else said penalty at the time. So I didn't see anyone saying no penalty. Daryl Latchman signed on for 2 more years at Perth. It's a fantastic signing for Perth. He is arguably been their best player, the most consistent player all season. Oh, Alex says Latchman's overrated. I'd actually go the opposite. I'd say Latchman's underrated. Latchman's underrated. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Whoa. So, we're in the second ad break at halftime, which means we're not far away from the second half. You do not want to miss this. I know they say it on TV a lot, but it's quite true in this instance. You do not want to miss this second half. Victory really should hold on. They should hold on, but you never know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Second half's coming. Going to be sick. That's right. So, interesting one. You're the CEO of the A-Leagues for the next 3 years. 3 things you would fix. You would do to fix the A-League. Where do we start? 3 things we would do. Make ticket prices more affordable for casual fans. I would step up the social media game a little bit. And the third one, expansion. I mean, just do more expansion. But anyway, hey guys, we're underway in the second half. We have a football game to talk about. And we are underway in the second half, the second leg semi-final between Melbourne Victory and Western United. 2-1 on aggregate to Melbourne Victory, 1-1 on the night. Who will be reigning supreme by the end of the stream? One of these teams are going to have their grand final place locked in. Who will it be? Who will it be? I don't know. I can't tell you. I can't see into the future. But we're going to find out. And just about to get the clock underway for this one. Clock is ticking. So in case you guys want to make sure your stream is synced up to my stream, I'm watching on free-to-air. So good as well. I should mention to have the finals on free-to-air TV here in Australia. 10 bold. I don't get the name, the channel name. 10 bold. What does that mean? Why bold? 10 bold. And an early foul here. Jason Davison is down and is holding his wrist. Hope he's okay. Riley's in the chat, says atmosphere in the north end is crazy. Riley, tuning in from the ground. How good. Alex says Mariners have wholesome plays and perform great despite not being the best and having no money. It's all about team spirit. All about that sweet, sweet team spirit. Is the All-Stars Barcelona game on Channel 10? I believe so. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. You have to check your TV guides. Pretty sure it is. Ooh, Lilaqua almost getting caught at the back there. D'Agostino applying the pressure. Touches tonight. Davidson with 55, topping it. Tamaki Imai said 47 for Western. It's the defenders. Oh, Risden's in behind here for Western. Here's an early chance for Western. Blocked by Sporanovic. Wenzel Halls is there. Chips it up high. Garuccio. Western on the front foot early. That looks like it's gone out of play. And I think that's play on. No foul. So, second half in the second leg semi-final. Everything's on the line now. There's no room for errors. Ben Falami's trying to chase this one down, but Tamaki Imai's just going to get there first. Sorry, it's Josh Risden, my bad. Jamie Young, the pressure by Falami was superb. Dude, Jamie Young has just had a mouthful by the looks of things to Ben Falami. Wow. All right, check it out. We got the video from Zachy, who just tuned in live in the chat. Check it out. Zach, we are showing your video live here on the stream. Zach was just in the live chat. Oh, wait. Dude. What? Dude, I just missed a goal. Western just scored. Western just scored. Dude, Western just scored and I completely missed it. What is going on? It's 2-2 on aggregate. Dude, I was showing you guys a video that someone had sent in here in the chat at the game, and I look up, and Prijevic has scored. Here's the replay. I'm so sorry for missing it. Wenzel Halls with the delivery, and Prijevic taps it home. Oh, that's so funny. Western, let's go, says Matty. Oh, Prijevic, the man of the moment. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. I was literally showing a video to the chat. Oh, mate. And unfortunately, I can't show you again because it's one of those disappearing videos, but that was hilarious. Great timing indeed, Jezza. But Alexander Prijevic, what a start to the second half. Massive. Dude, I still can't believe that. I was showing a video and they scored a goal. And victory trying to come the other way. Oh, mate, what a semi-final we have in our hands. Exactly what we wanted as a neutral. An early goal for Western and it's all square. Mate. D'Agostino. Victory pushing. Away it goes. Dude. So, two players who have stepped up big time in this semi-final. Jake Brimmer for Melbourne Victory. Alexander Prijevic for Western United. Both players have been superb. Ben Falami. Ben Falami. Strong from Western at the back, man. Payne's away. Western, man. Western United. Could they do it? Could they do it? Could they defeat the Giants in Melbourne Victory? The smallest club in Victoria. That's a good ball out wide for Garuccio, who's going to try and take on Guerrier. Hi from India. Thanks for tuning in all the way from India. Hope you're enjoying this game. It is 2-1 on the night to Western United. 2-2 on aggregate. Still, anything can happen from here. Credit to Western United, man, who have scored those two crucial goals and have defended well enough for much of this game. Of course, the goal for Melbourne Victory this match coming from a set piece. Jake Brimmer. John says if it goes to penalties, I think which end they... Yes, good point, John. Which end they do it at could make a big difference for sure. For sure. Because especially if you consider if they take the penalties at the Melbourne Victory end in front of the Northern Terrace, it's going to certainly favour Victory. Ball inside towards Wenzel Halls. And a little... Oh, Kalava's having there's a little push and some key words to Dylan Wenzel Halls. Oof. Victory just very patient with their attack. Not rushing anything at the moment. It's credit to Western for how structured and disciplined they're remaining in defence. Here's Ben Falami, though, breaking through. Falami chipping it across. Connor Payne hacks it clear. Could they? Oh, Connor Payne wrestling with Ramashan. Rojas. Dude, we talked about Rojas pre-game briefly. Could he be the man to step up? This is a big moment for him. Did it in the Melbourne derby a month or so back. Approaching the hour mark already. Oh, Falami. Strike along across the floor. That's not going to trouble Jamie Young. That's right. 2 last grand finals, indeed. Yeah, that's right. Sydney, Melbourne City. And we're obviously not going to get the Sky Blues in the grand final this season, but Melbourne City could be there for a 3rd consecutive year in the decider. Last time Melbourne Victory was in a grand final was in 2018 in Newcastle. The last time Melbourne Victory hosted a grand final was 2015. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2015. They went against Sydney FC in that grand final. Thoughts on Javi Lopez changing his mind instead of retiring, wants one more season at the Reds? It's good news if you're an Adelaide United fan. The commentators are just talking about a potential back pass there. Matt says, Newcastle looking to bring Sotirio McGarry. Dude, the transfer rumors, they're everywhere. And I think that one's basically done now, isn't it? Hey, here's a replay of the back pass. I think that's a back pass, man. I know Miranda scuffed it, but he was trying. He was trying to kick it back. He was trying to kick it back, and he just hit his knee instead. I think that's a back pass for sure. What do you guys think? Luke just joined. Is there an away goal rule? There is no away goal. There is no away goal. I just saw Costa answer that question for you. Thanks for tuning in, Luke. That's right. Adelaide beating Wanderers in the grand final in 2016. Where do you guys get your transfer rumors from? I see it a lot on Twitter. Just heaps on Twitter. There's a couple of accounts on Twitter that share them. Lacroix, again with that nice little ball out wide for Garuccio. Clear back pass from high, says Cons. I thought it was too. He disguised it well, I think, Miranda. Ben Falami has gotten the better of Risdon and is still going. Falami! Important block. Very important block. Love the streams from New Zealand. Thanks for tuning in from New Zealand. How good. If you guys are enjoying the stream, you can hit the like button to show your support. It does help me out a whole lot if you haven't done so already. We've been doing live watch-alongs just about every weekend here, hey. Some of the big games in the A-League. None bigger as of yet than this semi-final second leg. Connor Payne trying to get in behind. Connor Payne can't keep it in. Can't keep it in. Dude, they're just showing that replay. They're showing that replay of that Prijevic second goal. What a ball in from Wenzel Halls. We've seen 2 fantastic crosses for the 2 Western goals for Prijevic to put him home. And credit to Prijevic for being that poacher, that striker to put him away. Fantastic. Who do I want to win this? Who do I want to win? That's a good question. That's a good question. Honestly, I don't mind either way. I think it'd be interesting either way. Are you going to do any FIFA career modes on non-A-League teams? At the moment, it's just A-League teams, but certainly open to non-A-League teams in the future. Here comes Jake Brimmer. He's inside the box for victory. Could they get their first of the second half? Davidson across the floor. Well done, Lacroix. Marchand! Good save, Young. And that's got to be a foul. It is indeed. And Wenzel Halls trying to rip the ball off Miranda, and Roderick Miranda's not happy. A little bit of spice, which we always love to see.
But Ryan Marchand having a hit, not a likely goal scorer. And Jamie Young was able to parry that away. And that's a clear foul on Wenzel Halls there. Excuse me. Ryan says, tuning in from Singapore. Love your work. Ryan, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it, mate. Costa says, if Western get through and Adelaide do, I think Western are favourites by a bit. I think it's going to be really close if the two meet. I think it's going to be really close. Fans getting really involved. Some good volume coming from supporters of both teams. You can see absolutely packed on this bottom deck. We're past the hour mark. Well and truly. Still plenty of football to be played in regular time. But don't forget, as it stands, we are going to extra time. D'Agostino has a pop this time. Jamie Young. Don't forget, Jamie Young, one of the best goalkeepers in the A-League. He's going to be very hard to beat. And shots like that, we've had a few shots now from range for victory. And at the moment, nothing's really troubling Jamie Young too much. Guerrier delivers, and again, Jamie Young plucks it out of the air. So in the past 5 minutes or so, it's been some decent openings for victory, but Jamie Young's, nothing's really troubling him. And again, that's credit. And the reason because of that is because Western, they're keeping such a good structure. When victory have the ball, they're giving them no space. They're not allowing them to get into those spaces. And look at this. We're seeing Steven Lustig preparing to come onto the field. That is a big plus for Western. The midfielder who missed out last couple of games. Connor Payne trying to get behind for Western. Here's a good chance. Payne inside. Miranda has to clear. Mate. We're going to see the substitution. Dude, honestly, this could go either way. It's so balanced at the moment. And we will see the change made now. And it is going to be Jerry Skatardis. Jerry Skatardis, who has done quite well in the place of in the place of Steven Lustig in recent weeks. But Lustig has had probably his best season in the A-League this year. A player who's played many years in the A-League at Brisbane Roar initially, Western Sydney Wanderers, and now under the leadership of John Aloisi. He's onto the park, so he'll be playing in one of those midfield roles alongside Neil Kilkenny. But that is a very good change to bring on. Steven Lustig. And you can see he's wanting to get involved straight away. Straight away. Risdon trying to get around. Shaky clearance by Victory. Looks like they will get away with it now. Davidson. Oh, is that a foul? I think it is. And it will be. Oh, it's going to be a yellow card. So Josh Risdon, the man who was involved in that penalty, controversial penalty decision in the first half, he has picked up a yellow card now for the foul on Davidson. And I think that's a correct decision. Alex says, definitely this one is up for grabs. I agree. It just feels so... It feels like anyone can score. It feels much more open than the first leg. Western have done very well. I don't know if I'd say Victory have been the better team. I mean, Western are in the lead at the moment. Have defended well enough and have grabbed the 2 goals. Have taken their 2 opportunities. So, this is really gripping viewing from here on out, man. And again, we've never done a watch-along that's gone into extra time before, of course. This is the first final series we've been doing watch-alongs for, so I'm excited. I'm sort of excited for it to go to extra time, potentially. Is there a spot for Diamante in the squad next season? I think there always is. I mean, he's a class player. They haven't really had like a true number 10. Like Wenzel Halls, he's playing there today. He's more of a striker. Wales has played there. Lustig has played there. Here's Davidson having a pop. It's going to be a corner. So is there a place for Diamante? I think there always is, but whether he chooses to play on or not, I think that's more so the question. And I get the feeling that he's maybe going to call it time on his playing days. He's been injured for basically the entirety of this campaign. Davidson's corner. Oh, Young can't claim it, and it's bouncing around. Young's appealing for a foul. Davidson inside the box. Victory looking dangerous all of a sudden. And Payne's won this here, so they can come the other way now. There is a counterattack on, and the release by Wenzel Halls is a good one. Will it find a Western teammate? No, Roderick Miranda gets it away. Counter-attacking here, Western. Victory do get numbers back. %54 possession to Victory, 46% to Western. It's been quite even indeed, hasn't it? Passing accuracy is quite balanced between both sides too. Just goes to show how tight this one is. Kilkenny sprays it wide to Gruccio, who's in space. Western, man, dude, if could they hit the lead here in aggregate? It'd be dramatic if they do. Leah Lacroix getting forward now. Connor Payne. That was a poor decision because Gruccio was in space. Honestly, I mean, I kind of would love to see Western score. I know they're the underdogs, so that would make things really interesting. If they took the lead on aggregate. Alex says Payne is winning that battle. His battle down the flank. I think he absolutely is. Absolutely. Western attackers have worked so hard. Wales, Wenzel Halls, Payne. Doing so much work. And we're hearing in commentary Chris Economides is about to come on. Who will he come on for? Potentially Rojas, who has been, again, pretty quiet. Ball over the top towards Wenzel Halls. And again, wrestling with Roderick Miranda, who was blown up at the assistant referee. Again, the two of them having a really interesting tussle tonight. It's a good wrestle, but I don't know if there's a foul in there for either player. You see Roderick Miranda, passionate. Great to see. Gruccio. It's almost a matter of now, like, which counterattack is going to be more lethal. Nice back heel. Brimmer over the top. Oh, that's what a ball! D'Agostino, brilliant defending. Brilliant defending by Ben Gruccio. And I think Western have earned a foul here, but wow, man. That was a great ball from Brimmer and desperate defending from Gruccio. And we will see the substitution now. Chris Economides is indeed, as I mentioned, coming on for Marco Rojas, who, as I mentioned again, probably been a little bit quiet by his high standards. So Economides, who has probably hasn't had the most amazing season, but has a lot of times has had to come off the bench for Melbourne Victory. And he's a talented player. He does have the potential to. He could turn this game around for his side. So Chris Economides playing off that wing. Looks like he'll be playing off the left-hand side. Falami over on the right, but expect those two wingers to swap wings at times. All right, Victory. Just maintaining possession at the back. And they give it away. Economides' first involvement, just to flick it onto a Western player. Not ideal for the substitute. Well done, Guerrier, winning that ball back in the opposition half. What can Victory do here? Falami now off the right-hand side, cutting in. Ryan Marchand, will he have another hit? He opts to go to Brillante. His cross is blocked. And look at the number of white shirts. Just the structure from Western. Victory are struggling to break it down. Remember, the goal that Victory scored tonight had to come from a set piece. Strong tonight. It's very strong defense Western have been. "17 shots for Victory tonight, only 6 for Western. The green and black have taken their chances. Victory have tried. Huffed and puffed. Only once have managed to breach the goal of Jamie Young. And that's a poor cross. Western win a foul out wide here. In a decent position. They have to go short, go back. 8 fouls committed by Victory, 9 by Western. Dude, all these stats are balanced, apart from shots. Shots have been certainly favouring Victory. Possession, pass accuracy, fouls, like it's all quite even. It's been an even battle. That's right, Costa. 15 minutes to go. Not long now. Again, dude, this game feels like it's gone really quickly. Which goes to show how gripping it's been of a game. And the past 5 minutes have just slowed down a little bit for both sides. Western looking to manufacture an attack. That's strong by Falami. This is sort of the quiet before the storm, before I think in maybe the final 5 minutes of regular time. I'm sure we're going to see a flurry of chances. Payne has been good. He's not just in attack, but in defense as well. I mean, he's worked hard. Connor Payne. It's funny, we spoke specifically about Connor Payne during the first leg and in his career so far in the A-League. And has he hit his potential? Has he lived up to his potential, rather? Nice move down the right-hand side is Brimmer, but Leah Lacroix, so strong. And will that be a corner? It's going to be a goal kick. I thought for a second that might have come off Lacroix first. Here's the replay, which will reveal the truth. Leah Lacroix. Oh, that was like just a touch as it rolled out. I'm not sure if the ball had already gone out, though. That's right. Yeah, Payne has been energetic and involved. That's well put. But, man, these are the games where you have to just show up and perform at your best. And these Western players are putting in a good shift. That's where you got to perform. Oh, almost there. So, Melbourne Victory have a chance here from a throw-in. Davidson. Again, dude, just look how many white shirts there are here for Western United. Hitting on the counter-attack, though, now. Kilkenny. Not too fast. It's sort of patient in that counter-attack now, it seems. Long ball over the top towards Previch, the man of the moment. Lockie Wales! It's a goal! Western score! And they've put themselves in front. And it's a chance now. It's a chance now for them to make their first ever grand final. Western fans are celebrating. Oh, the scenes. The scenes at Amy Park. Could they do it? Could they do it? What a moment. Lockie Wales. Massive, says Alex. Oh, it's huge. The ball over the top. Previch is onside and he brings it down. And what a finish. Lockie Wales, the boy from Terrigal, Central Coast, New South Wales, has put the ball in the back of the net. Just the side foot. It took a deflection. It takes a deflection off the chest of Matt Sporanovic. Western are up 3-1 on the night and 3-2 on aggregate. Oh my God. Did anyone see this coming? Did anyone see this coming? Dude, look at the scenes. Wales celebrating with the fans. It's just his 4th goal of the season, and it's the most important one of the season. Ever present for Western United. Victory. For the first time in this semi-final tie, are chasing the game. Wow. Wow. 3-1. Victory are down 3-1 on the night. The team that don't lose. Melbourne Victory are the team that do not lose. 15 games undefeated. Or was it 16? Their run has stretched since they won the FFA Cup way back in February. They haven't lost a game in the A-League since then. We're on the brink of seeing Melbourne Victory losing a game. The most crucial part of the season. This is where the big players for Victory have to step up. Jakey Brimmer, Nick D'Agostino, hasn't been seen too much. Chris Economides is on the park. Ben Falami can create. They have the ammunition. Will they fire? Davidson, Marchand goes down. Free kick victory in the exact position where Brimmer scored in the first half, and Kilkenny is booked. What a game, says Fortnite in the chat. It's been gripping viewing, and we're in the final 10 minutes. We're in the final 10 minutes, and if it stays the way it is, Western United are going through to their first ever grand final in their 3rd year in existence. Oh, mate. Jake Brimmer, he did it in the first half. Will he do it again? Surely not. Oh, dude. Will they have learnt? Western United, they've got to make sure those guys on the wall jump big time. They've got the 2 tallest players in the wall. They've got Lee Lacroix there, Alexander Previch. And here we go. Brimmer standing over it, as is Jason Davidson. This to equalise it on aggregate. What a massive moment in the semi-final second leg. Jake Brimmer hits over the bar. What a save by Jamie Young. He tips it over the bar. Oh my gosh. It's so tense. It's so tense. Brimmer's corner delivered. Away. Davidson heads it back. Players surely offside. Prijovic getting it away. Prijovic knocks it down. Wenzel hauls. Victory survive. Western survive, more importantly. Oh, mate. Substitutions are preparing to come on for Melbourne Victory. Is it too little too late, though? Oh, mate. Fortnite's coming in early saying we're going to see Western Adelaide Grand Final. Kilkenny. That's a poor clearance. It's just gone straight up. Guerrier. Forward it comes through. Well done by Imai. Western United. So strong, so stubborn in defence. And we will see some substitutions made now. Melbourne Victory making the changes. Dude, it's triple change for Melbourne Victory. Triple change. So Matt Sporanovic is coming off the field for Brendan Hamill. Straight swap. And Margiotta's entering the field for Josh Brillante. So Margiotta's coming onto the field. Another striker. And Volupile on for Falami. Wow, man. So the substitutes are on. Victory need to turn this around. We'll get that updated Victory lineup on the screens in just a sec, but it means Brimmer will sort of shift back as one of those central midfielders. Two strikers onto the field for Melbourne Victory. They've got the firepower on the park now. Margiotta's onto the field. He's grabbed some crucial goals for them this season, Francesco Margiotta. There's the updated lineup. Fresh legs. Oh, mate. Margiotta. Trying to flick it around here. D'Agostino. That's a terrible cross. One of the worst crosses you'll ever see by Nick D'Agostino. He's had a shot. He's had a shot from the most acute angle. Mate. I'm sure the drama's not over, man. I'm sure the drama's not over. What a game it's been. What a semi-final it's been. Caruccio sends it long. Privic tries to flick it on. Hamill hacks it clear. Oh, mate, you can't take your eyes off it. You can't take your eyes off it. There's players forward for Victory. And that's a good switch of play for... This is Volupile. Davidson. Victory. Chasing this game. Lacroix heads clear. Western's defence has been so solid for much of this season. It was the story of the season for the first few months. They just simply did not concede goals for the first few rounds. Is that defence going to hold on for them late in the semi-final? Offside flag goes up. Oh, mate. That's right. Yeah, Privic. That's right, Costa. Privic for West United has been so good. 2 goals and an assist tonight for Alexander Privic. He's come up big time in a crucial game. That's why you make those big time signings, man. Brought him in all the way from Europe. Western fans. Dude, look at that. The shot of the Western fans. They are stoked. They are happy. They are making some noise. And the seconds tick by for Melbourne Victory. The team who everyone tips to make the grand final. Everyone. It was all against Western. Melbourne Victory had the run of form heading into the final series. And we've seen a monumental performance by the green and black tonight. Margiotta trying to switch it. Well done, Risdon, cutting that off. Reece Bozanovsky preparing to come into the field for Western. Fresh legs, the midfielder. Kilkenny's worked hard. But you imagine it'd be one of those forward players, probably Wenzel Halls, to come off. Brimmer, man. Brimmer switching it for Valupale. Margiotta's in the box. Brings it down. Margiotta off the post and over the top. Incredible. Oh my goodness. Victory so close to an equaliser. Valupale did so well. Margiotta, his strike hit the post, and Economides with a shocking miss. Oh my goodness. Wow, dude. I think it was players down for both teams. After that, players running out of legs after 2 massive games this week. 3 if you're a Western United player. Oh, and this isn't good. Steven Lustig's down. Steven Lustig, who's just come onto the park not too long ago, returning from injury, is down. Wow, man. So it looks like it's going to be Bozanovsky to come on for Steve Lustig, which is a blow for Western. I just got the midfielder back and he's talking to the physios. But it doesn't look like he's going to continue. Taking the time with the substitution. Looks like we're going to run to the end of 90 minutes. How much injury time do you reckon we're going to get? How much injury time are we going to see? That's the question. How much injury time are we going to see? So Steve Lustig's coming from the field to be replaced by Reece Bozanovsky. Bozanovsky, midfielder, young midfielder with plenty of pace, plenty of agility. And we're going to have 5 minutes of injury time. Kyron said 3 plus. Alex says 6. We've got 5. We have 5. 5 minutes left for Melbourne Victory to rescue their season, to keep this semi-final alive, to force it to extra time. Hamill with the ball coming forward for Victory. Oh, mate, it's not even my team and I'm nervous. This has been, as a neutral, one of the most entertaining matches to watch. It's been gripping from kickoff up till now. Oh, mate. Jake Brimmer on the ball. Davidson. Victory pushing forward. Brimmer inside the box. That's got to be a foul on Risdon, surely. It will be a goal kick anyway. Josh Risdon, he's worked so hard tonight, fullback. And what a return. I mean, Josh Risdon was missing. Josh Risdon was missing as well for the end of this campaign. End of the regular season, has returned for the final series and stepped up big time. Julian's in the chat. He's happy. Happy with his team. West United on just a few moments away from securing a place in their first ever grand final. Fortnite says Leo Lequar's actually unreal. Hasn't he been massive tonight? So many monumental performances by Western United. It's not over though. It's not over. Valupale delivers early. Margiotta away by Risdon again. Can't take your eyes off it. Roderick Miranda. Economides, Victory in a good position. The cross in. Oh, that's terrible. There's been a head clash. And there's push and shove in the box. D'Agostino's being ripped away. But he's absolutely flown in with a head to Moki Imai there. Imai, who has defended so bravely tonight. alongside the rest of his back four. And look at this from D'Agostino. Well, there's no head-to-head contact, thankfully, but that is a clear foul by D'Agostino on Imai, who's just shoved. D'Agostino's just shoved Imai out of the way. Oh my goodness. Wow. Kyron's in the chat. Says, I'm a Sydney FC fan, but I want West United to win. They're the underdogs, man. And more seconds being taken off the clock as the doctors, the West United physios and doctors look at Tomoki Imai. Wow. This has been one of the most entertaining semi-finals I've ever seen in A-League history, man. Western United, the smallest club in Victoria, look like they're going to do it. Oh, mate, the seconds tick on, but I wonder how much the referee's going to allow to be added on after this. I mean, the injury to Lustica, which was, I mean, that was just before injury time started, but Imai was down there for maybe almost a minute. Jamie Young hacks clear. Tired legs on the field here. There's no way that's a foul. Jake Broom's gone down way too easily, but he switches it for Valupale, who crosses it. Terrible again. Terrible execution. And that's ultimately what has let Melbourne Victory down tonight. West United have been so strong in defence. It's meant that Victory had to be on their game when creating these opportunities, creating these goal-scoring chances, having shots, and they haven't been that tonight. They haven't been clinical enough. They haven't had the quality up front. Too many wayward crosses. 30 seconds left. The referee might add on more. It's all up to the referee. Western United didn't exist barely a few years ago and are about to make their first ever A-League Grand Final. Maggiota. They're going to cross, asking for a handball. Appeals on the field and off the field in the stands. It'll be interesting to have a look at that. Bozanovsky just hacks it clear. Kilkenny's not having a bar of it. And it looks like they're waving away the penalty. It looks like they're waving away the penalty. No VAR check by the looks of things. So we are past 5 minutes at a time. Referees now, it's now the referee's discretion as to how much time is added on. Brendan Hamill. He's had a shot. Oh, it's spilled by Young! Oh my God. And it's gone wide. And it's shocking scenes from the Victory Active support who are just hurling items onto the field. Oh, the handball. Is that a handball? Is that a penalty? Is that a penalty? Incredible for Jamie Young to spill that, man. Incredible for Jamie Young to spill that and it goes wide. And we're checking on Nick D'Agostino, who is down in the box. Oh my gosh. Costa says, might be a pen. I think no pen's the right decision. His arms are down by his side there, Neil Kilkenny. But this is crazy, man. This is crazy. It looks like we're going to have a goal kick. That might be it. I can't believe Jamie Young spilt that, man. And Victory almost capitalising on it. Oh, incredible. Why is D'Agostino taking so long? Nick D'Agostino is taking so long. His team's trying to keep their season alive. You got to get the game on. Costa says, don't think so because his arms were next to him. And that looks like the explanation from the referee. And there's going to be a goal kick to round out this game. and Western United are set to go to their first ever grand final. Here we go. Here we go. Look at the amount of junk that has been hurled onto the field. Jamie Young to take this goal kick. The whistle could be blown here. Young clears. Kilkenny hacks it clear. Wenzel Halls will chase this. Wenzel Halls, he takes a shot. Oh, Wenzel Halls has missed. That would have been the most remarkable goal. But it's... Oh, dude, I thought it was full time for a second. Victory have to hack it clear. Surely we've run out of time. Davidson one more time. Surely that's it. Previc, away for Payne. Who's away? He's one-on-one. Squares it up for Wenzel Halls. Western United are going to the grand final. Oh my God. Western United are going to the grand final. The scenes at Amy Park. It's all over. It's all over. Oh my God. Oh my God. Insane. Insane. Incredible. Incredible. One final goal to death. Wenzel Hall's finishing it. And the green and black fans have just blown up. Oh my God. Simply incredible by Western United. This has been insane. This has been insane. Western United are in the grand final. And that's it. It's done. It's officially done. Incredible. I can't believe it. Incredible. On the night, Western 4. Victory 1 on aggregate, 4-2 to Western United. One of the most incredible finals games we've ever seen. Western United, a team who have only been in existence for 3 years, and they're in their first ever A-League grand final. Wow. No one tipped it. No one tipped it, but they showed up big time. Oh, mate. Alexander Previc, what a performance tonight. 4-1 clutch for West United indeed. Incredible. Incredible. Oh my goodness. That's right, Costa. That's what the finals are about, drama. Incredible. So Western, the first team to qualify for the grand final. Will it be Melbourne City or Adelaide to meet them? We're going to find out tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that live watch along, guys. It's going to be absolutely epic. The season is over for Melbourne Victory. West United are in the grand final. Guys, so much. Thanks so much for tuning into this live watch along. It's been just insane. And I'll see you guys in the next one.